guys, my name's Mike Wiley, and I'm a chef owner at Big Tree Hospitality. I am coming to you live from the Ready Seafood Culinary Center. I'm going to be preparing a little kind of holiday lobster bruschetta. The key here is using the Ready cold crack product. We can have a really light hand with cooking and control everything really nicely. So step one, get some nice extra virgin olive oil. You don't need to break the bank here, but it's worth spending a little bit of money. So I've got, I don't know, probably 2 cups of olive oil in here, and I've got it over a medium flame. I'm trying to bring it up to about 140 degrees or so. I've got herbs in here, some oregano, some parsley. I've got a few cloves of garlic and some lemon. Because I'm kind of a dork, I have a thermometer here. I'd highly recommend buying one of these. But we're at about 140, 145 here. So I'm gonna kill the heat. You can see things are starting to move a little bit. That's also a good indicator that the temperature is about where you want it to be. You can see bubbles coming out of the garlic, a little bit of action here on the edges. So that means we can bring our heat down a bit. And then we're gonna turn to just cooking our lobster meat. So I went through and I grabbed some of the nicest looking knuckle pieces I could find, and you really don't need to do too much sifting. I've got some of the smaller claw pieces. Part of the fun with bruschetta is it's so simple, and all you're looking to do is really highlight the lobster. And when you're buying a product like the cold crack here, you don't want to do a whole lot to it. You really want it to just be what it is. And that's why we're doing a really, really simple treatment of just poaching the meat in oil. You don't always need to go high temperature and deep fry everything. So I've got the heat off right now. I am just going to kind of let that be. Just let it simmer and hang out. And we are going to take a look at it probably in about 5 minutes or so. So part of the fun here is that we're just picking a cooking technique that's going to have a really light touch. We've got a great product here. We don't want to do a whole lot to it. We want to kind of let it be. So all I'm looking to do is really tighten up this lobster meat. It's feeling a little soft to me still, and this is not an exact science. You can see how soft that looks. We're just going to let that keep going. I'm just stirring it around a little bit because the bottom of the pot's going to be a little bit warmer than the top. And again, this isn't an exact science. There's not a level of like super precise doneness that we're looking for here. So we're really looking to just kind of plump the meat is what you should focus on. So while that's happening, we can do our best to avoid one of the cardinal sins of bruschetta making and crostini making, and that is overcooking the bread. What I like to always aim for is crispy on one side and soft on another. Oftentimes when you go to restaurants, you get the sense that they made their crostini like well before you made your reservation, and it's just brittle and you bite into it and it hurts your mouth. That's not what we want here. We want a nice golden brown on one side and just soft fresh bread on the other side. It'll make the eating a whole lot more pleasant, and you don't want to distract from how nice this lobster is going to be once it's poached properly. So our final product, I did a few of them ahead of time, should look something like this. A little bit of color and a little bit of texture, but still nice and soft on the other side. So we're going to check back in with the lobster meat here. As you can see, it's starting to look rounder and kind of plump. That's really good. That's exactly what we're looking for. You can see how this guy's, yeah, there we go. Nice and plump. So again, I'm not even going to take the temperature here. I don't know exactly how done this is. We're not in culinary school. It doesn't matter that much. We just have some nicely cooked lobster here. And the point is that we never let the oil get too hot. When that happens, that's when you start to lose all the moisture, and you might as well be buying some really lousy lobster product. But since we got this nice stuff, we're going to treat it with as much respect as we can. So I'm just going to pull it out onto a tray, let some of that excess fat drain. What's a really nice side benefit here is we're going to have this great oil that's, aromatic with garlic, with oregano, with parsley. You could put really anything in here, some chili flake. I found some coriander a minute ago. I threw that in. It really doesn't matter too much. We've got so much great flavor here with our olive oil and with our lobster that we don't need to overthink this too much. So you're gonna grab a bowl. You're gonna make sure it's nice and dry. And then I just picked some herbs. I've got a little bit of parsley here. Thank you, parsley. I've got a little bit of oregano here. And then, yeah, why not? Some basil. That all feels vaguely Italian. Just gonna run a knife through it. I worked for a guy once who said that you shouldn't mince herbs to the point where the guest eating it can't look at it and know what kind of herb it is. I think that's kind of the level of formality we're looking for here. So we've got some nicely minced herbs. I'm just gonna slice into this so we don't have huge bites. And if you take a look at this, with very little effort, it's just perfectly cooked. It's really beautiful, and the key here is you don't need to go real high. You just have a really, really light hand and be patient and a little watchful, and you're gonna end up with a really, really succulent, beautifully cooked lobster product, provided you start out with the right stuff. So I'm just leaving the knuckles whole. I think they're kind of cute. Way smaller than bite-sized. I think that they're gonna work great for us here. Again, these nice big chunks, I'm gonna give them just a quick cut. I think that looks just about good. A little pinch of salt. I'm gonna grab some lemon juice here. Just gonna toss this together. We want it to be not oily, but dressed. It should have a nice shine to it. It shouldn't look dry at all. Got a little bit of a sheen. Oh, she looks good. So now we're just gonna, we have our beautifully cooked lobster. We have our crispy yet soft and yielding bruschetta. Got lots of nice herbs, a little bit of acid from the lemon. We're gonna hit it with a little bit of lemon juice. And this is the sort of thing with very, very little effort. You can impress friends and loved ones or the people that you have been hanging out with in your house for months and months and months. So yeah, lobster bruschetta.